yeah, we recorded each meeting and uploaded to YouTube, so
Yeah, I
I
know.
needed to I'm recording. Yeah, can you please share your screen and yeah, provide some high-level information about because currently you do not share your screen. This is the issue.
I will share the screen.
Yeah, please share your screen.
Second. Yes.
Oh, yeah, we see. Thank you.
Okay. It's a small consistency problem with the API when we create categories or when we rename URL keys of categories. Our customer would like to get redirects automatically created, similar like you can do in the admin panel by checking that box create permanent redirect for the old URL key. And it is working for products, but not for categories. I think it's not 100% a Dev.Experience issue. It's more like a regular feature request, but it's because it's so related to the API, I thought it might fit in here. Yeah. There was already an old pull request. Somebody tried to implement it, but he tried to implement it for all API requests, not only for such which have the save rewrites history value set to 1.
Okay, you say that for product it works correctly, right?
Yeah, exactly. And of course, in the admin panel, it works for categories, but it's not accessible via the API or not possible to trigger the URL key change redirect via API.
Valeria, what do you think about this issue?
Looks reasonable if it's work for product. In general, in my opinion, I would like to have separate API for management category products and separate for management all rights. But according to some history, if we have the same behavior for products, it makes sense to have the same for category, like some kind of consistency.
Yeah, and you know how
yes, it's good. It's good title for consistency reasons. That's the same what I can say. For consistency, we should have. If you talk about some new way, of course, maybe it makes sense to have separate API, but in this case, it makes sense. If
so
you
the most parts work in GraphQL. Is GraphQL works correctly, or we have the same result? Because
GraphQL, it's mostly about front end, and you don't operate GraphQL for saving. So you, in GraphQL, you working only on front end, and we have separate ways for loading entities and some URLs. So if we talk about admin panel, so yes, makes sense to have the consistency for both product and categories.
Yeah, I agree. So let's decide about severity and priority for this issue.
For me, it's severity 2, priority it's also 2. It's absolutely not blocker. Also,
Yeah, from the customer point of view, it's a blocker because he cannot manage his categories anymore. But I mean, from a really general point of view, I understand it's not really a blocker for all the Magento shops out there. Yeah.
That's why I told that it's not P3 or P4, but it looks like priority P2.
P2 is really high priority and work.
In general, we talk blocker. It's if you cannot install Magento, if you have some issue with search, if you have some issue with catalog. So blocker, it's like your shop is absolutely I don't know, doesn't work. Like problem with catalog, search, checkout, performance.
Yeah, this is the main scenario for e-commerce system platform.
I'm sorry, I missed it. Do you have PR with some fix for it?
No, not yet. But there is an old pull request which tries to fix it in a way which is not backwards compatible, because they just create the redirect for all the URL key changes, which might not be wanted sometimes. So we don't have yet a fix for the save rewrite history flag, to use the flag. But yeah, I mean, if it's triaged and if it has chances to be merged, we would try probably to make a pull request. Because the other option would have been if you guys say this is not a feature which should be merged into core, this is completely not appropriate, then we would have made our own module. That's the decision we are standing right now.
Yeah, I think you can start to implement fix for that.
Okay.
Because yeah, we already said the P2 is really high priority and we should work on it.
Okay, cool.
Definitely.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, Grant, thanks.
So, Valery, you prepare some tickets.
Sorry, I did not finish it. Tickets, what was assigned to me, it's related to Inksys. We can start one by one with tech triage issues.
Okay. I will share my screen just a second. Okay. Let's go one by one with Dev.Experience. Okay, let's start from the first one that was opened 6 hours ago. Okay, what is it? Model which adds simple all the templates, the template parameters.
Looks like it's a mistake.
Yeah, it's typos.
Yeah, like typos.
Yeah, it's not really important.
Guys, this issue already been prioritized in severity and set severity based on, as understood, Adobe stock integration tickets.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Please ignore. I look not on your sharing screen, but open issue. Sorry, my mistake.
Okay, let's go to the summary GraphQL issue. Based on this documentation, I have extended product attribute value and product value, but it not work if I change.
It's no issue. We still don't have support of products attributes. We set some JSON string and we try to work with it. I cannot say that it's bug. It should be format like a feature request with some scheme proposal, and we need to approve the scheme with architect. With architect, with our product owners, and honestly, it's not look like so easy because need to introduce him, need to introduce a couple of resolvers, and we need to follow some backward compatible way. So for me, first of all, need to have some scheme proposal. So I see that
it's not implemented.
I see proposed solution, but there are a couple of some another issue which can be raised with it. So I am not sure that it's so easy to implement, and we can involve. I cannot say that it's not technical issue. First of all, we need to move these tickets to our functional issues triage, and we need to involve our product owner Nishant, because maybe a mistake, maybe no, they was going to work on improvement schema related to product attributes, but unfortunately I don't know status. So for me, it's not technical issue. First of all, it's a functional issue. Do we need to have support of custom attributes or not? It's not technical issue. So we need to ask product owner about priority of it. If yes,
We already asked the owner regarding the GraphQL changes in GraphQL in general, and API, any type of API is our responsibility. It's not a product question. Currently, I'm trying to collect all issues related to GraphQL schema and ask Nishant at least to prioritize them. Yeah, and this is one of the issues I can add to my list.
It's a good idea to collect all of GraphQL issue and make some additional one more meeting with Nishant. But if we are going to do this, at least we need to have more detailed scheme.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Is separation between an object and deleted to persist.
Oh.
A lot of text. I think it looks like not an issue. It looks like a question request. Can you look it out of the meeting? Because I'm sure
What I see looks like we need to ask more details about configuration, because this guy describes that they used our cloud instance. He asks that looks like issue with Symlinks. So I propose to ask more details about configuration. So is it just our container, and describe issue?
Yeah.
I understand in general, like.
Sorry for interruption. It's not a Magento 2 issue in general. It's not an issue in general. Maybe it's a mistake in configuration, but it's more like question. We have this.
Yes, agree. It's not Magento issue. It's question though how it's work our cloud and how we are going to split work with our some static folders like var, design, etc. So we can involve
Magento stack in change to ask the question, not GitHub. And yeah, also yes, we can discuss it personally in discussion in
so
cloud,
yes, agree. So we can recommend. I can recommend to close this issue and recommend to ask this question in our cloud channel. So let's provide description with link on Slack channel. Like you can found first hands.
Okay. Product update via REST bulk endpoint and sets prices. Scripts that
And sets prices, yes. New products, existing products. For me,
when we, yeah,
for me, it's hard to provide question without full script. Just
what I mean for script.
full payload with all of steps. Example, translation, payload data. I don't send price. Looks like it's related that we don't support patch operation. And if you provide currency and did not provide price, that price convert to zero, but need to check. So, I mean, if you provide some data for product, you should clarify all of fields. So maybe it's behavior like if you don't provide some field, it will be convert to zero.
Still be alright and then convert to zero, right? Because we didn't provide the price.
But yes, but we don't have some patch updates, and you should have provide full of data. But maybe we need to recheck again, like confirm this issue. I'm not sure that at this moment we are ready to implement it because it should be done in general for whole updates for Magento. Maybe we need to introduce some big feature improvements like support of patch request.
Yeah, but I'm not sure that we generally we need the big feature like support of patch updates, but I'm sure that in each case we need some special development a little bit.
I would recommend, I would ask to provide more clear step because honestly, I little bit don't understand all of step. Like when you try to doing translation, does it mean that you have call on some store? But after that, there are description like I have even tried to add in price to the payload data with the correct current price. They still also don't work, and we steal the price to zero. So if you
Okay.
made some requests on global level, price should not be at zero. Absolutely sure that you can change price. So sorry, but for me it's a little bit, it's not clear description. So maybe we can ask like please provide one step, second step, third step from a clear example for reproducing.
Okay, first let's decide to set some priority and severity for this issue exactly, and after that we will check it if it's reproducible and ask additional steps. Yeah, and if it's reproducible, we will left the severity priority that we will pass right now. Or if it's not reproducible, we just we'll close this issue. So let's decide the value or problem of this pull request.
Honestly, it's hard because if it's related to first step, if it's related to scripts that perform for the following task in this order, so maybe it's some problem how you create this product. In this case, it's not so big priority. If you cannot change price during product updating, it's more big priority. So for me, it's hard to provide at this moment. Because if you can change price, it looks like P1, at least P1. Maybe I cannot say P0, but it looks like P1. But if it's related to some configuration, so it could be P3. So let's ask more simple steps like.
Let's check it one more time.
How did you create product? Because it looks very strange. So
like update existing products, so it can be some existing products.
That's what I mean. Import new products, update existing products. But how is this product was created? If you create this product in some script, maybe you missed something in this script. So first of all, it will be great to know, like, I create product via admin panel, or I create product via default import, and after that I have some issue.
Firstly, he writes that he used bulk and point to products. Our default is in bulk products and point to create.
Yes, understand, but need to have payload. How did create this product? You need to have payload. Maybe there was some missing in this during this payload. So at this moment, I cannot understand. Is it misconfiguration or it's real big problem with price? Because after steps 1, 2, 3, product existed DB, but unfortunately, steps 1, 2, 3, it's not clear.
Okay.
For example, import products via REST API. We need to have payload. How do you try to do this? Maybe there are a real issue with some steps. Maybe it's related, as I said, to misconfiguration in previous step, but it's not real bug. Now it's hard to understand. So we need to ask more clear steps.
Okay, I will.
Oh, I see. I saw some interest PR in some Spanish language. Navigation delay in start opening, not working, message free for.
Navigation delay to start opening not work.
Vova, you are expert in UI.
Yeah, I think I can set priority P3 S3 for this issue because I don't see the really value to have delay. It's nice to have the configuration option, but is it really important or no? I'm not sure. I don't think that it's really important. It's my opinion.
Especially if we talk that most of shops have own theme and own customization.
Yeah, and otherwise the delay is 300 milliseconds. I'm not sure that we will see the differences in general because it's it's too low number and it's not really.
Maybe it's mostly general, not about current number, but in general, like delay is not working. So you would like
I,
to set some delay?
I understand, but who want to set some delay in as example, few seconds? It's really weird. It sounds really weird to set delay for the drop down for 3 seconds, 2 seconds. We don't need this. It's a bad experience when you press drop down and you wait 3 seconds before it will be opened. So, yeah, it's not very useful and it's not very critical. I think this way it's more than enough for this request, for this issue. Yeah. Okay, I think that's it for today. We're already out of time. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for your help.
Bye.
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 Have a good weekend.